I will use some help to vet some names, but I haven't gotten to the point yet of exactly who and how that might be.
Dr. Adams, when you the statement you released on Thursday after the press conference said that you were going to review the investigative review of the facts as they came in. Is it fair to say that the airing of the police report changed your view of what the police were going to need to happen?
Well, I want to look back at my timeline, Mark, but I think I actually released that before the press conference, to be fair about it. There are always a couple major considerations in a matter like this. One is moving forward quickly enough that you don't delay what needs to be done, but secondly, getting all the facts before you act, and that's why the statement initially read like it did. I would simply say to you that it was the totality of this situation and what it said about good judgment or lack of such at this level that led me to my conclusion.
Had you seen the arrest report when you made your initial statement? Did you know all those things?
No, the question was, at the time I made my initial statement, had I seen the arrest report? And the answer was no. And again, as I know you know, Lee, I was in Nashville on vacation, was on the phone. That was Thursday morning about 7:30, I believe, Central Time, maybe 8:30 to 9 here when I first got the call. Spent much of the day on the phone, and I finally drove home late Thursday evening. So, but that statement was done in concert with my staff while I was away.
What troubles you the most? Is it the DUI, the statements that were made, the company that he kept?
What troubles me the most is the loss of potential here. And as I've said already, I think it, like in most of these cases, it ultimately boils down to judgment.
Had you ever had a reason to question his judgment previously?
You know, I have not had any reason to question his judgment, and I've never seen any evidence of the kind of conduct that led to this unhappy conclusion. Anybody? Yes, sir.
When you talk about experience in looking at candidates, I assume you mean at this level, or would someone at a smaller institution be ruled out?
Yeah, I don't rule out anybody at this time, but you look at this level for someone who has had a high level of responsibility at this level.
Were there facts that you became aware of in addition to what's been publicly reported from the police report and other sources that led you to this decision? Any other information?
I don't know of any material facts other than the ones that have been reported.
What was the thinking in arriving at the settlement that amount as opposed to before this?
Well, there's always some back and forth to try and get any settlement right. I didn't think it needed to be too generous under the circumstances. At the same time, this is a person who's given us 12 years of his life. He's made a number of very important contributions, and he has 2 degrees from here, and he's one of us, and that matters to me. And so there was some back and forth among the staff and lawyers on both sides, but I think we got it about right. I hope and pray that we did.
Was this position that the contract could have been more than
You know, you get in one of these situations, Tim, and you always have competing lawyers' opinions. So I'm gonna leave that one to the lawyers. My ultimate job is to make a decision based on the best advice, and I would hearken you back to something I did the first year I was here. I turned our vice president into a director of legal affairs rather than a vice president for the university, because I think at this level, lawyers give advice to the senior administration. They don't make policy. So I had Steve Shoemaker, our director of legal affairs, come back from vacation. I involved Ed Tolley, the normal own retainer lawyer for the Athletic Association, and I also relied on some outside labor employee help.
Just to clarify, did you ask for his resignation, or did he offer that voluntarily?
He offered it on Saturday or Sunday. Help me, the days are all running together here, Meg. He offered his resignation a day after he and I had a meeting on Friday. He offered his resignation on Saturday.
Would you like to have this concluded before the start of the fall term? Is that a possible target?
I'd like to have it concluded today. I think in all these cases, anyone that you want already has a good job, and so you have to work with someone else's schedule as well as your own, and that's why I think it's important that we not box ourselves in on a timeline.
It sounds like you're saying, looking first outside, that you're looking for someone who's intermediate,
I haven't said exactly that, Tim. What I've said is I'm looking for someone who's had a very high level of experience in athletics.
Having promoted from within the last time, would this be a change in policy on your part?
No policy. I haven't yet said I won't promote from within this time. What I've said is the first look is outside.
why is that?
I want an outside opinion to take a hard look at what we're doing and how we're doing it, as well as we're doing it. Can we do it better?
What have other coaches and athletes said about your decision to accept this resignation?
Well, it's, as always, all over the map. I don't do much of anything that there's not a variety of opinions about. It's one of the great things about a university. There's no shortage of perspectives or opinions on anything. I've listened to a good many people the last 72 hours, but I'm certain that there are myriads of opinions out there, but I think the general body of conversation that I've heard is that we've gotten it about right in this case.
This question, Frank, what would be some of the first things that you address with the student-athlete body? Will there be any changes that you want to be starting on?
Well, I think, no, we're going to continue to do what we were doing before, which I think got a great senior staff, great coaches, great, the entire athletic department's really good. So we're going to continue what we were doing, focus on the student athletes.
Dr. Adams, the circumstances that created this search are different than in the past, certainly. But you have had experience doing this. What are the things that you gleaned from that that you can apply?
Well, I know, I don't want to overstate the case, but I know many, if not most, of the major players in this business now. And I have a pretty good network of contacts around the country. And I'm hoping that some of the time I've invested with the SEC and the NCAA will ultimately benefit us in this process.